$55,000 a year as an intern to now owning my own company that has generated over $500 million of revenue in the last 5 years. They're how I found my dream husband, built an amazing community of people I love, and wake up feeling confident and energized almost every single day. And I've refined all of these principles that help me get to where I am now down to 7 key principles. So these are the 7 key principles to building your dream life. The first principle to building your dream life is honesty. You better be willing to be really fucking honest with yourself about what you actually want. This might seem silly or unnecessary or what everybody else does, but everybody does it because it actually works. Sit down and make a vision board. The way that I've done this in the past is I will go to the store, buy a bunch of magazines with things that I'm interested in. There's business, there's fashion magazines, there's beauty magazines, there's investment magazines, all the things that I like, and start pulling out pages that have quotes, that have pictures and imagery of things that you want to create. You're gonna pull out all these pages and you're going to stick these things on a vision board. This vision board is what you should be looking at to understand who you're going to be in the future. My vision board from 6 years ago had a picture of these 2 girls on it, and they looked so happy. And I remember thinking, man, I cannot wait until I have supportive friends who I'm able to travel with and do really fun things with and buy nice things for, because at the time I didn't have that. I also put on this vision board this really cool picture of a clock with a woman standing on it. So the clock was like shattering. And at the time, this symbolized to me the fact that I was in control of time, because my husband and I have an age gap relationship. He is a few years older than I am, and I would have so much anxiety almost every single day about losing him and what it would be like when he wasn't around any longer. And it really was crippling for me. Whereas I imagine this woman, if it was me stepping on this clock, I have control of time. I'm not worried about time. I'm able to enjoy the time that I have with him. I'm able to create the life that I want with him. And time doesn't dictate what I do. I get to dictate what I do with my time. I also had this picture of money, and the money was like sparkly and had all this glitter all over it. And I remember thinking, man, what would it be like in the future to not actually worry about money? This vision board allowed me to just play pretend of what my dream life would actually look like. And I put all of these images and all of these pictures together in one single place so that I could look at it constantly to remember where I was going, and honestly take a look at where I'm at today and recognize where the gap is. Because if you're not honest with yourself and you don't really think that you have gaps, then you're not gonna put in the work that's required to get there. So this vision board is absolutely step 1 to getting yourself to actually create the dream life that you want. If you don't know what the dream life is, how are you ever gonna create it? The second principle is constant visualization. I have my vision board everywhere. It is in my office, it is at my house, it is in my bathroom. I have different versions of it on my home screen. This is definitely a hack. Your ability to see your future self so that today you can act as if is the hack. One of my favorite sayings is be, do, have. There's an order there. First, you be the thing, then you do what is required to have what you want. This is why people who win the lottery really struggle, because they didn't have to become the person to create wealth. They didn't have to do the actions in order to create the wealth. They just have the wealth. So all of a sudden they don't know how to spend the money. They get all of this guilt and start paying for random things, and all of a sudden they're broke. Or people who are born into money, they struggle with this too if they aren't required to be the thing and then do what is required to have the money. Insecurity just creeps in. I will never forget when Brandon and I first decided that we wanted to have a private jet. This was when we were traveling across the country multiple times a week in order to grow our business. We were sick and tired of traveling. We didn't want to do it any longer because it was so exhausting. We both decided that we were going to put private jets as our home screens on our phone, and we slapped our company logo on the back of it. And for 5 years, we had the same exact lock screen so that every single time we pick up our phone, which happens to be multiple times at any given hour, we were reminded of what we were going to build, what we were going to create, that we wanted to have this. So we had to do what was required today in order to have this. Fast forward today, our jet is even cooler than the one that was on our lock screen. It is sick. It has this 10X on it. And it all happened because at some point 6 years ago, we said, this is what we want, what is required in order to get there. Now that you know what your dream life looks like, you are ready for the third principle, calculation. You need to do the math on how much your dream life is going to cost you. We need to confront the numbers. Wouldn't you at least want to know what the number is that you would have to make in order to create exactly what you want? Because once you have this number, it is a really simple problem to solve. You just have to go find somebody who makes that amount of money and understand what do they do to make that kind of money so that you too can make that money. So you're going to make a list of all of the things and you're going to figure out exactly how much they cost so that you know how much money you need to make every single month. And it's worth noting that this isn't just about having a nice house and a nice car and a private jet. What can money bring to your life and others around you? I've been able to pay over $100 million in the last 5 years to our team members who are then able to provide for their families. They're able to contribute to charities, all because I had a vision that I wanted to create a business that was going to generate revenue. And in exchange, we were going to pay people to help us fulfill the vision of our organization. And what most people do wrong in this scenario is they set their targets so low. They set their targets to be attainable. The vision isn't big enough and isn't strong enough and compelling enough for them to actually take action. It's like a decent version of what they might want. And so they take half actions and then wonder why they aren't actually getting to where they want to go. Instead of just actually saying, this is where I want to go, this is who I want to be, this is how much money it's going to require. So now I can properly calibrate how much work it's